Okay. Okay. What do you want to do first?
Um, I would say Muckingham Files. Wait, actually, we should do the seasonal thing first because when we do that, we'll get access to the new outfit. So then I can wear the new outfit and
All right. So the cruise
the
ship.
thing.
The cruise ship.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Hey, Austin. All right. So you guys were probably expecting the last 5 missions of Jedi Outcast, but there was some surprise free DLC released for PowerWash. So we're going to play through that tonight. I don't think it'll take any longer than this one stream. All right. You should be able to join now.
All right, just a moment.
Mm-hmm. So
Clothing.
anything fun happened today?
Not really.
Okay.
Um, um. Oh, it's in the end. Oh, I hadn't checked it in a while. The in-game store. There's in the in-game store. There's lots of new stuff. There's the summer stuff. There's also something for Alice. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
And also the research edition, whatever that is. But I'll buy the summer thing. Summer thing's free. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. All right, check it out. I'm wearing the summer stuff. I don't know what it looks like though, because I can't see myself in third person, so I'd have to see you wearing it too.
Oh, okay. How do I change to it?
It would be you hit escape, and then in the top right corner, there's the money sign on the bag, which brings up the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only buy clothing and modifications. For the summer thing and the Alice thing, they're both free. There's also the research edition, which is for participation in the Oxford Research Study. I've got no idea what the hell that is, but that one actually costs the in-game money. But I mean, what else are we even spending our money on? You know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did that do anything? There we go.
Once you buy it, then you'd have to equip it, which is you hit E, which brings up your loadout. So then you can change the
Okay.
look of your washer. In the bottom right corner of the washer, and then in clothing.
Okay, how
You
about
can do
that?
that. So yeah. Good. All right. Yeah, it's all.
Cool.
It's. I kind of like the look of the washer more for the summer edition because that's more like Miami Vice colors.
Mm-hmm.
But the clothing is all yellow, which is like.
Mm-hmm. So it's not the whole cruise ship, it's just this section. Oh, sweet. Check it out. We have a beach ball.
Nice. Hey, look, a dolphin.
I'm looking for a Homer. Homer what? Homer sexual. Yeah, I've mostly just been sleeping today because my neck is killing me. What the hell did I do? Are you okay over there?
Yeah, just texting a lot.
Oh, okay. Dolphin plus filth equals Tua shitting his pants. I like that. That makes sense. That's a good one. Tua shit his pants all over the cruise ship, I guess.
That would explain why he was late to training camp.
Mm-mm. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to send you
What
something
what
here.
do when you get back in game, check out the slide that I'm on right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are we supposed to think made this mess? It was a bunch of fucking Indians came on this cruise ship, bro. Like, look at this. The slide is literally covered in poop. Like that has to be what the fucking mess is. It's poop. Someone
Yeah,
with diarrhea went on the slide 800 times.
I guess.
Like jump up there and
Mm.
look at it. Like, what is that supposed to be if it's not shit?
Uh,
And
Rust.
then they decided to get in a shit fight and fucking throw mounds of feces like a chimp at this fucking tree. Like, oh my god.
I just sent you a tweet, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Oh, some people may be confused because when I just clicked on the Twitch announcements thing, it
Mm-hmm.
says that the game you're playing on the Twitch announcement. It's probably not on the stream. It's already changed, but the Twitch announcement says Jedi Knight 2.
Yeah, because I can't change the game being played until I start the stream.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw that one, bro.
Hmm. Hey, Drop Top, how you doing? Man, I am in agony right now. Oh, look, I can balance on top of the beach ball. Cool. I do love Minecraft, but man, it is a time-consuming one. So, is the idea that the guy shoved an eel up his ass and then he shoved a lime up his ass after it to like block it in there or something? Like what the fuck happened there? Snacks?
Hold on a second.
Hmm. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure that one out. How did a lime get up there? Yeah, Drop Top, we're fine. I just wasn't saying anything for a minute there. Man, I just realized some of these stains kind of look like Starry Night by Van Gogh. In fact, I almost
All
kind of
right,
feel like
so
that's what they were trying to do.
what was it you said?
How did the lime get up his ass? Did he like put the lime up there after he put the snake up there?
No, he put. Yeah. What I'm going to imagine is that the lime got up there and it got stuck up there at some point, and
Jesus.
then as the eel started chewing its way through his intestines, they were trying to get it out, but the lime was just in the way from. God, I can't even imagine. If I was one of those doctors, I'd probably resign. Like, I'd never want to be a doctor again after that. But I don't know if that dude's still alive or not. But if he's dead, then my God.
How is he going to live without his intestines? If I'm alive and I'm him, I'm trying to commit suicide. It's like self-immolation. You don't want to survive self-immolation. It's much better to die.
Yeah. Imagine if
Oh, drop top. There was some guy, I think this was like a week ago, who shoved an eel up his ass, and the eel ate his intestines. He was like some gay guy who was trying to,
yeah, I've been staying over the last couple of days the line from History in the World of a torture punishment. They shove a living snake up your ass.
yeah.
And that's basically what he did. He shoved a living eel up his ass, and because the eel's a creature and it doesn't want to die and it's horrified by what's happening, it tried to escape. So how does it try to escape? It chewed through his guts.
Hmm.
Why on earth would he like a fucking eel? It's got teeth. Like if you were gonna do something that level of degenerate, like pick up a fucking harmless garden snake. Like it's not physically capable of chewing through your insides. Like what the fuck?
I think so, drop top. I don't know how you would survive without your intestines. Like the eel literally ate his intestines.
Yeah, see the thing about your intestines and why they're very important is that as your body's going through its digestive system and turning food and nutrients and everything into feces when you have the waste product,
Hmm.
if that feces gets out of the intestines and into the rest of your body and into the bloodstream, you go septic because poop has a lot of bacteria in it and it's very dirty and unclean. And you don't want all of that literal shit in the rest of your body. So the intestines serve as a container for that. It's why if you get shot in the gut, you're pretty much fucked and that there's nothing to do. Because even if they stop the bleeding and even if they manage to get the bullet out and sew everything up, your entire bloodstream's already been contaminated with all this shit in your gut. Like all that bacteria that's supposed to be contained in your digestive system is now out in your body, and you die of blood poisoning. So, God,
Absolutely degenerate. So when I went upstairs to heat up my pizza, my mom's watching Fox News, of course, and they're talking about the thing that Trump did with the black journalists. And they had a couple different people on the panel and they had a few different perspectives, but a couple of them were going like, "Oh, why was he being so mean to that black journalist? This kills him with independent voters." And I'm watching this and I'm like, this is not a particularly partisan network anymore. There should be no
yeah,
reason to not want to do a debate on Fox News.
yeah,
Like, I'm pretty sure one of the moderators would be Brett Baer. He's pretty moderate at this point. Neil Cavuto would probably be a moderator. He's moderate. Like, the idea that Fox News is some right wing media outlet at this point, that's like maybe 8 years ago. And even 8 years ago, there were some questions. I mean, 8 years ago, they had Megyn Kelly and Chris Wallace. Once O'Reilly left, it's been more moderate. And Tucker, don't forget Tucker. Tucker's not there anymore. O'Reilly's not there anymore. I don't even know if Harris Faulkner's there anymore.
Not only that, but some of the people that they didn't force out of the network and had actually stayed with them, uh, some of them died, like Charles Krauthammer.
Yeah, Crowdhammer.
Um, and Coulter, who for many different reasons isn't really even fucking actually conservative anymore. But she went from being a regular fixture to, once in a fucking blue moon. Greta Van Susteren was considered, a moderate and gave a lot of respectability to Fox News, but she's gone.
I think she's on Newsmax now.
Yeah, so like what they have right now is just like a bunch of fucking weirdos, basically.
Yeah, Hannity might be the most far right person on Fox at this point.
And that's devastating to have to say that.
Yeah, because Hannity is like a super boomer.
Exactly. Plus, he got famous in the first place because he had that show with Coombs.
Hmm. Honestly, you can make an argument that at the rate things are going in 4 years, CNN will be more right wing than Fox. Because CNN got bought by a Trump guy, and some of the more left wing voices are getting pushed out a little bit.
Doesn't surprise me.
Hmm.
I mean, especially if you think about it, like we were talking about the other day, the average age of the viewers of these networks,
Hmm.
that might be the only way that they can survive.
Now, I mean, the thing that drives me crazy about like my parents watch Fox all day, you're so far behind. You end up finding out about things hours, if not days, after they actually happen for one reason or another, either because they don't have the ability to just cut to breaking news every single second, or because they want to confirm everything before they report it. Like, to my knowledge, Fox News has still not reported that Kamala's going to pick Shapiro as her vice president, even though it was on X like yesterday morning.
That's pretty tough.
So it's just like you're always so far behind. I had to tell my parents when fucking Ginsburg passed away because they were watching the news and they weren't reporting on it yet. So I had to go upstairs and be like, "Hey, did you hear?" And they're like, "No." They had no idea.
And another thing they don't report on, so that you got to be on Twitter and, the cutting edge of right wing stuff to hear this sort of stuff, is how when something's going down because all the gay bar traffic in
Yeah.
Washington disappears. So I told my dad that this morning, and he was laughing his ass off. He's like, "Jesus Christ!" He's all like, "Is that really Biden's legacy on the country? Is just having a bunch of fags run the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, if you ever wanted to know why things are as shitty as they are, it's because people who have poop sex are in charge." So,
Well,
would
like
certainly
the pizza
explain.
thing has been around for forever, right? Where the pizza places go crazy right before something
Right.
pops off, right? That's been for like decades, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the gay bar thing is like, bruh.
Yeah, it's brand new. So it's pretty bad. And I'm actually gonna yeet this gnome into the ocean.
Glenn Beck was on Fox at one point. Yeah, Glenn Beck is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like 8 years ago, he was as anti-Trump as anybody. He was basically Rick Wilson. He was basically a Lincoln Project guy.
I threw the gnome into the ocean. I threw the gnome into the ocean. That's awesome.
And then 4 years ago, he's like, you know what? Trump's actually been a really good president. He's got my support. Which I guess that shows that it's organic, right? It was actually earned, and I guess that's kind of cool, but I don't know. It's just weird how he switched gears so quickly.
Okay, I don't know where these other gnomes came from, but I gotta throw them all into the fucking ocean.
Wait, what the hell? Dude, I don't know how to
What?
describe this, but suddenly my targeting reticule has become like something I can aim on the screen instead of dragging the screen along with it. What the hell? What did I push? What did I do? Okay, there we go.
I don't know.
Didn't Tommy Lauren get her start under Glenn Beck on the Drudge Report or whatever it was called?
I have.
Mhm. I wasn't able to shoot the beach ball into the ocean, but there might be I wonder if there's a way to do it. I can't pick it up. I can only squirt it with water. Brought a snowman to life just to teach him that he's going to die? Pim, you might be a psychopath. Like, I wonder what a network like Fox or CNN or MSNBC or any of them could do to start getting ratings again. I wonder if maybe just cable TV news is a dead medium and there's nothing you can do, or if there's an approach they could take that could save things. You just adopt the Infowars model and have like some dude sitting behind a desk reading the news as it comes in and being really over the top about everything.
That's another thing. He might be over the top, but he's right.
Like somebody who has, I don't know if you can call what Alex Jones has to be charisma, but it's something that gets people to want to watch for reasons other than just I want to know what the news is. Like I might be entertained as well because he's so much of a character.
All right. Did you also buy the Alice in Wonderland stuff?
No, I did not.
All right. Well, I'm going to equip the Alice stuff, so I'll turn on the stream and then run at you.
Okay. Okay, that should be fine.
Load up the
Whoa.
fucking thing. All right, and there's 45 seconds of ads I gotta sit through first.
45. That's not what I set it to.
Shouldn't have said anything. They just doubled it. Be a minute and a half now.
All right. 4 more cents for me.
All right, the ads are over. Could you just like walk around me in a circle so I can see the whole thing?
It's pretty cool.
Neat.
Hmm.
What's weird though is that in my UI, I'm holding onto my washer with both hands
Mm-hmm.
because I'm using the extension, so my left hand is holding it like a rifle. But when you look at me, I'm only holding it with one hand, and that's weird.
Hmm. Interesting.
You know, I'm not going to lie to you. When they said you need to clean a cruise ship, what I assumed is that we would have to wash the people on the cruise. 'Cause I'm sure you've seen some of the viral footage of all the blacks going on cruises, and I'm like, yeah, I would have expected to have to wash them.
Jesus. I didn't say that though.
You gotta say, oh, Gilbert, you're gonna get in trouble again.
Mm-hmm. What if there's a blackout on the cruise ship?
Don't worry, I got him.
Wow, Bryce Harper finally did something.
Did he actually land it when he threw his helmet at somebody this time? I feel like that's really gonna be like what he's remembered for. I'm so demoralized. My God.
But you personally?
Yeah. To win. Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Brazil in the quarterfinals, and we're probably gonna lose. You'll love to see it.
Brazil?
Yeah, they'll beat our asses.
Mm. They've been playing pretty good lately. Better than I would have expected.
What the fuck was Kerr thinking? He gave Embiid 22 minutes and he played like shit. Thank God we have LeBron on this team.
Man,
And fucking Anthony Edwards, who just dropped his fucking dick. Like,
could you
I thought he learned.
imagine?
I thought he learned his lesson after the last game. Don't play Embiid and just play Anthony Davis and Bam.
He doesn't want anybody to get mad at him. He's got to give everybody PT. What if these Olympics lead to such a collapse in Embiid's confidence that he actually goes out there next year and just sucks and is shooting like 30% from the field and shit? Like, what if
I
this ends up
think
like derailing his career to a certain extent?
I don't think anything would change for the Sixers at all. They'd be exactly the same team. It's like they already have to deal with not having him for like half the fucking season. And they already have to deal with him not showing up in the playoffs. So, like, what's the difference?
Good thing we found that cat in the alley. Time for dinner.
Thank God I'm wearing a diaper.
Bring me my brown pants.
You know, there was one aspect of that joke I never understood. Why would he need the brown pants now? He already shit himself.
He's holding it in? I don't know.
I mean, I know the punchline is just the idea that he'd shit himself when he heard that, which
Hmm.
is, it's a funny haha. But I just want it to be the I hope somebody got fired for that blunder guy.
Yeah. Yep, Castellanato's no home run so far, so we can't invade. I mean, Israel can't invade Lebanon yet.
To be fair, there's a race war in the UK going on while he hasn't hit a home run, so.
All right, 36%. So this is actually a pretty sizable map. There's actually quite a bit going on here.
Now, I think one of the biggest problems that people have with the Marvel movies now is that by continuing to do them, you made it so that you'll just like forever do them kind of a thing.
Hmm.
But at the same time, the ones that people loved, you didn't actually give a satisfying conclusion to their story. Like, okay, yeah, Captain America's an old man. He got the chance to go back in time and live out his life naturally and everything.
Hmm.
Hey, that's nice. Hey, remember how the events of Infinity War and Endgame basically just etch a sketch the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy storyline? So all that bullshit about Peter and Gamora is just gone forever now, and there's not going to be any resolution of that storyline, even though those characters will never again return because the actors don't want to do them anymore. So instead of giving them a satisfying ending of having Gamora realize Peter loved her and she loved him back, so then they get to be together instead of doing that kind of shit, you just okay, well, yeah, those characters just fuck off forever now. Bye. Like, I think that kind of pisses off the audience a lot, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I was never a super fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. I do think most big fans of Guardians of the Galaxy like it because they think it's funny. I don't know how seriously they take stuff like that. So I think that would be an interesting thing to think about. Like my dad, who watches all the Marvel movies, he really does not really like the multiverse stuff. He's kind of found it to be confusing and obnoxious. And I think there's a lot to be said about maybe it's just too much.
Yeah,
Like he's going to be very confused in 2 years when Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom.
yeah.
Although I did hear one theory about how they're going to do it. Do you know what an anchor bean is?
What?
An anchor bean?
I've never heard of that. No.
Okay, it's I guess it's a concept in Marvel Comics where sometimes there's a bean in a timeline that is so crucial to that timeline. If that
Oh, okay. You said anchor being. I thought you said anchor bean. I was like, what the hell?
Okay, yeah,
No. Yeah, yeah. No. Okay. I'm familiar with that. Yeah. That like it's somebody that always shows up and they're really important.
right. That's actually the plot of Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool finds out that Logan was the anchor bean of his timeline, and without Wolverine, because he died at the end of Logan, that timeline will eventually cease to exist. So he has to go get a different Logan from a different timeline and pull him over to his timeline to try to save it. That's actually the plot. Some people think they might do that with Tony Stark, where they find out that Tony Stark was the anchor bean for 616, and without Tony Stark in this timeline, it's going to just go die soon. So we need to go get a different Tony Stark from a different timeline and bring him here. So they do that, but it ends up that he ends up instead of becoming Iron Man, becomes Doctor Doom. Like that's actually probably the most logical way to do it.
Maybe they could do that kind of thing, but what I think is more likely is that they will just sort of gloss over the fact that he looks like Doctor Doom, and because they're the same fucking actor, obviously, and they'll do that whole thing, but it's because one of the lazy DEI characters that they had in Marvel Comics was I think they called her Ironheart, where she steals an Iron Man suit so that they could do hey, it's a black female Iron Man for a couple runs,
Oh yeah,
which sold like absolute dog shit because of course it did. But that's what I would envision is that they would be like, okay, so yeah, Tony Stark was the blah blah blah. So and instead of saying Tony Stark, they'll be like Iron Man was the anchor point. So we'll bring an Iron Man from another universe that ends up being Ironheart.
mm-hmm.
They could be like, look, a black wham, and then it'll do absolute fucking dog shit numbers, and then they'll be like, I don't understand. Why do we keep trying the exact same thing and it never ever works? I don't get it. Why does this keep not working? This thing that we constantly try and the audience doesn't want ever.
Right. Because they're doing another Captain America later this year, and it's going to have Sam Wilson as Cap, because of course he's become Captain America since Steve Rogers retired. I won if that does shit, are they going to realize, wait a minute, it's because we tried to make Captain America black, we got to find somebody
Yeah,
else?
and instead of just having Falcon be Falcon, instead we've got to have him be Black Captain America, which is really stupid.
Hey Herman, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Because it's like this guy was already his own thing. Why did you need to make him something else too? Imagine if the DC movie universe they're doing, they're like, okay, let's do a thing where Batman retires, so we need a new Batman. So instead, it's going to be Cyborg because we need a black Batman. And it's like
Hmm.
Cyborg was already a superhero. He was already Cyborg. He was already his own thing. Why is he now Batman? What the fuck? And then you're like, you're just a racist who doesn't want a black Batman. And it's like, are you fucking stupid? Like, why are we doing this over and over and over again? Why is it always the same slop? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, because I mean, they did Black Spider-Man with the Spider-Verse movies, and those have been incredibly successful. So it's not like you can't do it. But like honestly, now the DCEU is completely dead. It doesn't matter now. Cyborg, I think, was actually cool. I liked Cyborg. He was interesting,
Yes,
especially in the Snyder Cut.
Cyborg's a pretty popular character. I think it was dumb as shit to have him in Justice League, but not dumb to have him be a character. I just think that uh, they kind of jumped the gun a little bit there.
But if they suddenly had Cyborg be Batman, yeah, that would be.
Because like that was the thing with what made the Marvel Cinematic Universe work is because they started in 2008, and
Hmm.
for a decade they were building shit up. So it's like what they should have done with Cyborg is have him start out in the Teen Titans like you're supposed to, and then the Teen Titans have a lot of interesting characters that people already like. You already had on HBO they had the Doom Patrol, so there's your introduction of Beast Boy. You could do a movie with Raven because she's cool and goth and an alien and blah blah blah. So people like that. You do a movie with Starfighters, people like that. And then instead of having, the 18 millionth fucking Batman thing, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we have Joseph Gordon-Levitt continue with now he's Nightwing, and then we could have a Nightwing movie, and then we could bring him over to um, our little universe here because hey, that's wonderful. And then, depending on how well everybody did, the Titans could move on to being part of the whole thing. Or, the whole point of all of this was just that you could eventually have Cyborg join up with the Justice League, and then you get what you already got, but he's an already established character that people like, you know,
Yeah.
and had
Traditionally,
more.
yeah. Traditionally, who was originally in the Justice League? It's Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman,
It it
and
really it really depends on the depiction because you've got like the Super Friends era Justice League where you had Flash, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman.
oh, yeah,
You've
Flash,
also got
Aquaman.
the DC animated universe that I really like. The seven founding members of the Justice League were Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter,
Ah,
and
Manhunter.
Hawkgirl.
Hawk Girl.
Yeah,
I don't know her.
yeah. A Hawkgirl is a Thanagarian, where they're just a race of humans that have wings,
Hmm.
and they're a highly advanced technologically warrior race. So she just flies around and she has a special name. Uh, but it's the way to make her interesting is to have her character be interesting. And the DC animated universe her character was very interesting because they had the torn between two worlds plot where Thanagar was in a terrible war, and what they wanted to do was destroy the Earth to replace it with a hyperspace bypass, which would enable their fleet to win an intergalactic war that they were fighting against a brutal race of conquerors. Um, but Hawkgirl had come to love not only Earth and its people, but especially John Stewart, the Green Lantern. So she sided with the Justice League against her people. But because she was the Thanagarian, people felt betrayed, so they never really trusted her again. So she was hated by both Thanagarians and the people of Earth, uh, and all that. really interesting story, really good story. You know, everything was nice, blah blah
Mhm.
blah. But then there's fucking all kinds of different iterations. But the generally the important stuff is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash.
Yeah. It's so weird they can't do a competent Green Lantern movie, and now they're not even trying. It shouldn't be that hard.
Well, it was super weird. They couldn't even do a competent fucking Flash thing. They had a guy that people kind of half liked that was barely passable in some of the Justice League movies. But then they decided, well, we can't do that anymore because it turns out that we cast a rapist in the role. Oopsie daisy. What are
Hmm.
the odds of that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the issue with the Flash as a character, I wonder. I guess it
Well,
depends on which Flash you do. Do you want to do Barry Allen? Do
and
you want to
and
do?
and that's the main problem is that they always have him be the comic relief, but the comic relief is Wally West.
Mhm,
But they constantly depict him as being Barry Allen, who was not comic relief and was in fact a very serious person.
mhm,
So it clashes badly with comic book fans, and his character doesn't really work all that well with casual fans because if he's constantly going to be comic relief, you can't really take him seriously if he doesn't have any serious moments. And a great example, actually, is Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man had a great deal of serious moments, even though he was very obviously there for comic relief and he was sassy, had a lot of the quips and the epic one-liners and all that kind of shit. He was still a hero at the end of the day. He was a very good person, and he knew when it was time to be serious and he took things very seriously when the occasion called for it. But they never have Flash do that.
mhm. There were a couple moments of it in the Flash movie, but I don't know.
I mean, I'll at least cut them the slack to say maybe they wanted to try to do that more, but they just didn't have the time because DC fell flat on their face so hard so many different times. They really had the time to really flesh it out. Plus, with everything that happened with Ezra Miller, I mean, they had a number of Flash movies they were going to try to do, but they had to cancel like all of them because that fucking shit came out. So like. Instead,
Mhm.
they just heavily invested in Aquaman. It's like I think that's not the right call here, guys.
Hold on, hold on. Your mic's having some issues. I'm going to restart Discord and see if it's on my end.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, so Flashpoint is the name of the story they tried to adapt with the Flash movie they made last year, right? Because Flashpoint's the one where he tries to go back in time to save his mom, I think. Or maybe I've gotten my stuff mixed up. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, okay. I know Flashpoint is the Flash storyline that everyone loves where he goes back in time and tries to change the timeline but screws things up.
Yeah, that's a very common thing. It's back in the '80s, they did a storyline called Crisis on Infinite Earths, which they had Barry Allen do that for the first time. And it was really popular then, so they decided, hey, let's just recycle this fucking storyline forever. And yeah, that was not the
Hmm.
move. Well, anyway, the point is, it sucks. Um, as you can very clearly tell, I'm somewhat distracted as I'm going through this. I think instead of doing all the content, we should just bust out this map, and then after that, I'll tap out. In terms of playing, I won't tap out of the call, but
Right.
go do something else. Because I kind of feel bad that I keep alt tabbing. Checking my phone.
You've got some okay, yeah, you've got some stuff going on that isn't going away.
Yeah,
All right.
because my sister, God, it's a fucking mess. Is she's getting ready to move out here. She was supposed to do it today, but she still hasn't. So she's probably going to do it tomorrow. But she's going to be running super late. So she's saying, "I need your help with this. I need your help with that." I'm like, "Oh, son of a bitch."
I got you.
Ugh.
Oh boy. Well, the Phillies are blowing the game open. Still no Castellaneto's home run though.
That's it. I swear to God, if that happens, I'm not going to be like, "Oh God, this, the fucking the protesters have reformed the British Union of Fascists. Oswald Mosley rises from the grave to take his rightful place at 10 Downing Street." I'm like, finally, it's been fucking decades. Build the wall, deport them all. Also, a lot of people have been memeing about Irish reunification because there were protests in Belfast, where the exact same thing is happening. So you've got all the Irish nationalists and IRA guys flying the tricolour. Then you have all the Northern loyalists flying the fucking Union Jack, and they were side by side against the people flying the Palestine flag and the anti-fascist flag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all like, look, man, Auslander Roust is a fucking unifying battle cry, apparently, because look at this shit. It's wild. A lot of people have been doing that Irish reunification in 2024. Data predicted it. Look, Star Trek is always right. So where's the ladder? I know we have a ladder and you were
It's
using
right
it earlier.
here. It's on the
Oh, yeah,
palm tree.
I see it. The other puncture of this thing.
What do you prefer, time travel stories or multiverse stories?
That's really tough because I hate both of them. I would have to say time travel because I can think of time travel stories that I liked, but I have not liked a single multiverse story.
Really? Oh.
It's like, even if the only thing I can name is Star Trek 4 The Voyage Home, I can say that was a good time travel story that I enjoyed. Not a single fucking multiverse.
Oh.
They're all fucking dog shit. I do not like them.
I remember reading a fake spoiler for Star Wars Episode 9, like a few months before it came out, that said that the twist was going to be that Kylo Ren uses time travel to go back in time and he ends up becoming Rey's grandfather. And I remember reading that and thinking, like, if that fucking happens, I'm walking out of the theater. I'm not, I am walking out of the goddamn theater if they do that. I'm thinking about it. I don't think Star Wars, not that I'm a EU expert, I don't think Star Wars has ever done a time travel story. Because I know a lot of the basic rundown of a lot of the big EU events. I don't think they've ever done time travel. At least not in terms of like actually traveling through time. Which is crazy because of how many EU stories there are. And of course, to my knowledge, Star Wars has never done multiverse stuff. So, man, if the EU had gone on for much longer, they probably would have done that. I do remember there was like a meme about how one of the big runners for Star Wars expanded universe stuff like was obsessed with Mandalorians and kept writing stories about them, and she ended up kind of fucking things up pretty badly. I remember that was like a big EU controversy before Disney bought them. Technically, in Ahsoka, they traveled through time in that series if you watched it in the Between Worlds. Huh. Yeah, I didn't watch Ahsoka. I unsubbed from Disney Plus a while ago. I didn't even watch fucking Andor, and that's the one everybody says is good. Yeah, I heard Acolyte sucks. I know some of the stuff that happened there. Oh, the guy who shoved the eel up his butt was Vietnamese. Okay, I didn't know that. Did it happen in Vietnam then, I wonder, or did it happen in America? Came back from an ad to hearing about an eel up a butt. No, it actually happened. I'm not even memeing rampancy. Look it up. Some dude shoved a live eel up his ass and it ate his intestines. And I just found out now that I guess he was Vietnamese. But I don't know if that means it happened in Vietnam or he was a Vietnamese in America who did it. Because I'm pretty sure in America bestiality is illegal and that would qualify as bestiality. So yeah. And by the way, I'm not sure where Snacks went, but he's currently AFK, so he'll be back at
I'm
some point. But just to let you guys
here,
know.
I'm here, just trying to.
All right. Man. Mm. Wonder what the hell I did to hurt my neck this fucking bad, man. It's bad. Oh, Oh, I thought he got enough of that. Amogus. Amogus.
Pretty much.
Amogus.
You know, a lot of people talk about how things have been getting so much worse in terms of like media and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one aspect to this that I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I think that this underscores what the problem is just as much as anything else, is because music plays a really big role in how good something is and the way that we react to it and interpret it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been listening to this song, this soundtrack from Halo 2, and I'm like the name of the track is Heavy Price Paid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this I don't know if you remember, but the song begins at a mission you play as the Arbiter, and it's the first Arbiter mission where the Covenant Civil War has really began.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sorrowful because you you have to do this. It's a matter of survival now, but it's all like look at everything that we've lost and how many of our people are dying and for what? We've been betrayed by the people who were our leaders who told us that, everything that we were doing was right and that this is what God wanted from us, but these lying bastards have led us into ruin and betrayed us. So now we have to fight to do this, but we're dying by the fucking bucket load. Like, this is horrible. And you listen to that song, and it's really not the kind of musical track you'd expect to hear in a sci-fi fantasy shooter.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
And it really is one of those things that it stands the test of time and really elevates what you're doing to such an outrageous extent. But then you think about something like why the Halo TV show failed, and you're not going to find music like this. You think about why the recent Halo games failed, you're not going to find music like this. It's like it didn't fail just
Mm.
because of the music, but the point is that the music underlines the level of care that the people creating the product have for what it is that they're creating, and the level of quality that they're trying to put in there. And when you see that it doesn't have even that, one of the most basic aspects of the production that are extremely important, it really clicks and sends home the idea that, you know what, they just don't give a shit. They're knowingly pumping out slop, and they're just trying to get a payday out of this, but they don't care. And people pick up on that and can't take it. Star Wars is another great example. So many great examples of so many different things. It all just sucks now.
Hmm. That I mean, I have no idea what the soundtrack of Halo Infinite sounds like, but I'm assuming it's not as high effort as that. Yeah. Also, I just want to draw quick attention to the fact that the Mariners pitcher just beamed Castellanos in the hip. I don't know what that means, but it might mean something, right?
Right.
Like that could be relevant. Maybe we should
Because
like
they
brace
know that,
ourselves.
yes, it's because if you give him the chance to hit the ball, he's going to hit a home run. And if he hits the home run, then what's going to happen is that the fate of the world will change. So
Hmm.
what beating him represents is trying to hold back the inevitable, but it's never going to work. It never has, not through the entire history of mankind. So what's going to happen is that the efforts of people to hold back what's coming is going to fail miserably. I think that's what's going to happen. And it may be too late in the game for him to hit a home run now, but he'll probably hit one tomorrow.
Well, I mean, we know the stock market is probably going to absolutely explode on Monday, right? Because the
Yeah, and
future.
then as a result, the Fed's probably going to lower rates because they're like, this is the only way to handle the stock market thing, which will have a stock market recovery, but then that's going to spike inflation again and prices will skyrocket. So then we're going to head into fucking October, November, and gas is going to be $7 a gallon again.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is Castellanos might hit a home run on Monday.
Yeah,
Although it would obviously
right.
work better if he was able to hit it before, but same idea.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not cooking the job numbers because I know that's something that presidents have done since time immemorial in election years. I'm surprised they let it get this bad because the last report was so awful. If you're ever feeling useless, just remember there's a lifeguard at the Olympics. Randy is good, yeah. We can at least say that. Oh man, Joe Rogan's doing a stand-up comedy bit, and he just did a joke about how Michelle Obama's a dude. They're coming for him.
Oh yeah, big time.
Good. Oh boy.
No, I'm reasonably sure me liking Joe Rogan actually convinced a girl I was asking out to ghost me.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about a comedian that she really liked, and he had been on Joe Rogan's podcast. So she said, "You might have seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I like Joe Rogan." I never heard from her again, which was weird because we've been talking for weeks by that point, and we were all set to go out on a date like 3 days from that point. I just never heard from her again. And it's not like she fucking died or anything, because like I met her when I was at the gas station working there is when I got her number, and fucking she just
Mm-hmm.
everyone's like, yeah, I saw her the other day. She came in. Like, whatever happened with you two? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's not like you said you like Andrew Tate. Jesus.
Yeah. She tells me she was a goofy leftist because, like, Joe Rogan's pretty damn centrist. So if you think that he's right wing, it's telling you that you're drifting really far left. If you
Yeah,
think that
exactly.
Rogan is professionally a fence sitter, so
Yeah.
any position that he adopts is mainstream and very, very moderate.
I mean, he's basically a libertarian.
Yeah. So that shit just really made me laugh. I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. All right. Polanco, baby. Let's go. Dude, is that fucking blackface? Oh, did you see the new Foxford today?
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's not much, but it is a new Foxford. 90%, baby. All right. Base is loaded, but for who? Oh, Rayleigh. Let's go. Thank God it's not Garver. That is not something he needs right now. Garver does not need that in his life right now. Oh, shit. Did he get it? Well, I mean, it'll work. It'll do. Okay. I mean, he didn't do it, but he did a thing for sure. All right, let's go. It's only the bottom of the sixth. Ton of time left. Oh. Ooh, come on. Go. Yes. Yeah, baby. Oh, I think he's done. Okay. Well, he's saying look at it. Let's see what happens here. This is going to be an interesting one. Rayleigh seems to be convinced he got safe. Oh, wow. They're not even going to look at it. What did Luke think happened then? He was convinced he was safe. Oh, yeah, he's out. I think. Yeah, okay. I don't know what Luke was thinking there, but all right, tie game. It'll do. That was bold on him trying to score on that play. I don't mind it. Hella bold, though. All right. Shit's good. Oh, shit. We're almost done. Dang. We actually did really good. We just got to clean these 3 steps. Yeah, he's out. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, here we go. Final pass. All right, we did it. 800 cruise guests with diarrhea are defeated.
Jesus.
So you said you wanted to go ahead and tap out on this game for tonight and come back to it later because
Yeah.
you're busy.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I'm really not able to be part of this.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. All right. So I'm gonna come back on something else in a little bit, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later.